Hi, this is Jeff White with Life and Living Now, and wanted to do this Qigong flow. It's kind of enjoy centering, calming. I was not able to make one this past Saturday, so I wanted to fill this one in today. But while I have a moment, then let's kind of look at how you can build your own practice. The way that I teach this is that I have, with some other videos that we've made, showing you the individual exercises, movements, so that you can put together your own practice. You can follow along with what I do, but you can also take, if you have just 10 minutes in your day or 15 minutes in order to do a Qigong flow, then do the Qigong flow, okay? Then you'll take the exercises that felt more meaningful for you in that time, and then begin to work those. I would also encourage you to continue with the longer flows, because you'll find instances where maybe you weren't feeling the energy for maybe a good while, but other flows, other exercises you were. However, if you'll continue focusing on those other flows, then they will begin that resonation process as well. And I have found some of those to be the most impactful. For example, with me personally, the liver coming up, and this is yoga. This is our main flow that we tend to do for a lot of the liver. And I have some other ones that I do. But when I first taught this, it just felt weak. It felt, now I came from martial arts background, and so my martial arts students wanted to do something more impactful. And but I kept staying with this, and I started teaching the Qigong off separately. But in my personal practice years before, I kept working with this liver energy, and say I'm not really feeling this, I'm not real sure what it is, and then all of a sudden I noticed I was beginning to sense more. And we kind of know the liver's over here on the right side. I could feel that resonation. But I also understood that the liver works with the meridian and the gallbladder meridian. And gallbladder meridian also runs up the body, comes up across the shoulders, and zigzags across the top of the head. So then when I started, and there's a term called giving a chi bath, but now I feel this resonation from my palms, the chakra, everything as I come through. And it's a very different feel. But for the first several months of my personal Qigong practice in this flow, I didn't feel a thing. But then all of a sudden, I did. So I would encourage you that if you have limited time, focus on the ones that have the most meaning to you. And I will tell you that this one Qigong flow, inhale, especially if you stop and hold, exhale, stop and hold, connecting with your energy centers all the way up and down is one of the most beneficial and complete Qigong flows that you can do. So it awakens, it enlivens, allows you to be aware of your energy. It creates a little bit of torque and stretch into the tendons. It gives you the flow, so that you just have this. You want your body just to begin to move as if there was no mental effort behind it. And so you want to be so engaged with your flow that it feels like your body is moving itself. Now, in order to do that, you have to get into your body, you have to listen to it. You have to just put your mind and your heart, putting all your heart to feel your whole body, to feel this energy, and then you will. So, when you're building this flow, there's a couple of aspects that you want to try and contain into your personal practice. One is activation, and we see that like when we're knocking, on the body. And I always like they're waking up the chi. When I first heard that, I had to cry a little bit of BS because the chi is always flowing. But what you're awakening is your awareness. Now you're also awakening nerve endings, and so we're patting the body, and you're awakening the body, but you're awakening nerve endings. You're awakening your awareness of them, and allowing yourself to attune now to the body and to your energy. All right. On top of that, we want to have gentle stretching. Some of these flows in here, and we'll see there's a gentle stretching, elongating of the tendons, moving things around. So we have a little bit of extension, and other Qigong flows we may see coming out, and I'm pressing through my elbows, working, really twisting tendons. We have another one where we're coming out, and the more that we can get a stretch in here, then the better. I have we have a harder Qigong where we start working, with the tendons, relaxation first, not putting any muscle in, connecting first with bone, then tendons and ligaments, then muscle, but only after we feel like we have really connected with those other areas. So that's another one of just twisting and elongating tendons. Then the flows, as we talked about. The flows are more compound movements. And in here, you just want to move, and your mind goes into your body so that you don't feel, you don't think while you're moving. You only feel. And then the last part of that is having some sort of standing meditation, whether it's Zong Chuan, Bear Holds Ball, whatever you wish, whatever speaks to you. My first standing meditation probably started with Zong Chuan, but a lot of it is going to San Ti that I have loved with my standing meditation as well. So those are just the different aspects that you can kind of keep an eye on as you build your own Qigong practice. Always feel free to follow along with these tapes. There's other good teachers out there as well, but we put these out for my students, anybody who wants to benefit from them, and we wish you well. So initially when we get started, now today I'm in street clothes. Sometimes I'm in gi pants, I've got a shirt, it's kind of like, it's kind of know that, all right, it's Qigong time because the teacher's dressed in his uniform. But no, the reality is, I can roll out of bed and do Qigong. There's been a lot of reading that, maybe you should have just natural fibers or silk or cotton because it conducts energy better. And all that, if that's important to you, then that is perfectly fine. I tend to go from operate that we are consciousness, and it's what we then perceive and put value on that we create that value on itself. More on that a little bit later. But as we get started, I just wanted to say, you see me now in jeans. I do like barefoot. I'm here, in our dojo. Right now we're not on the mat, so I just have, socks on. Basically, I just don't want to have anything that's going to restrict you. So no clothing that's constrictive, nothing that's overly tight. We want to have things that are nice and loose. So when we get started, first let's just kind of center ourselves. And to do this, bring the feet together, heels together, toes slightly pointed out, knees are not locked. And I like one hand over lower dantian, which is here's my navel, about 2 inches below. Dantian is going to be about 2 to 3 inches inside the body. But we're going to put one hand over the other. I do not care whether you put right hand over left or left hand over right. I tend to fold to right hand over left, oddly enough, because I'm also left-handed. But also, no, I do put one thumb at this pressure point, and my other thumb is in the palm, so I'm connecting with those points as well. But now, I just want you to breathe, connect. Deep diaphragmatic breathing. When I breathe in, all I'm doing is feeling my lungs and my body, filling with breath, filling my abdomen, feeling the diaphragm move down, allow the lungs to expand, take in air, my abdomen moves out. Exhale, I exhale through my nose at this point. Now, exhaling through the nose tonifies, strengthens your energy. If I'm breathing through my nose and exhaling through my mouth, I am purging, I'm getting rid of used energy, you can call it static energy, call it wasted energy, used energy, whatever you want, excess energy, but it's a purging, it's a clearing. So once again, let go of everything. Focus on the breath. put a hand up on your chest so that you are breathing in through the belly, expanding the belly, pressing down so that you can expand the ribs. And then filling up to the chest. And at this point, you can raise your chin a little bit just to top that off, get way up in the chest, and then empty from lungs, ribs, diaphragm. Repeat. Diaphragm, abdominal fill, lungs, ribs, top of lungs, and release. Inhale again. So with the hand on the top of the chest, it's just as a reminder to feel that, and you want to kind of get this wave breathing. So really filling up, letting it all go. Filling up, letting it all go. All right, step out just a little bit. Start knocking on your sternum, as we talked about the activation. You can come down. I like coming straight down to the abdomen, knocking over the navel, and then I'll come and I'll start just going from right to left. You can go from left to right. I will pat down the shoulders. I will go down the inside of the arm, up the outside. Come into the other side. Stay connected through your breath and body. Feel the beats on your body. Now let's knock on the kidneys. Feel the impact. Come down to the glutes. Down the hamstrings. Back of the knees. Calves. Up the inside of the legs. Knocking on, this is hip flexors, knocking on hip flexors. Come back to glutes again. Now, you can rub right at the back of your knees, and it'll help to release your lower back. You can also come down and release at the calves, right at the center of the calves. Back up. And now we'll shake it. Really get loose. Have some fun with it, just bounce. Bounce like nobody's looking. It's excellent for draining the lymph system. And I'm bouncing into my heels rather than up on the balls of my feet, bouncing into my heels. Set that down. Now, arms are relaxed by your side, and I'm just turning. Now I'm turning. This works on the spine. My hip and shoulders are moving together. I'm not flinging my arms around. The centrifugal force is doing that on itself. Now, feel your whole body. Do not lock your legs. In fact, you can. If you find yourself locking your legs, you can pump your legs a little bit. Like when I come right here to the center, I sink down, rise up, sink down, rise up. Now, I want to turn. When I turn, I kind of get the last little bit, and that sends my arms, forearms start knocking on the wingman, lumbar section, and lower dantian. I know with the heater on, it may be hard to hear. Hopefully you can. Now I can also come up and take one, as this comes back, I'm going to turn on my heel, and I'm going to hit this little crease in the shoulder, and this little spot here is called lung 1. It's where the lung meridian begins and comes down. There we go. And this is all just, once again, waking up, activating, becoming aware of your energy. Bring it back down. Just feel. Feel the air through the fingers. Now there's times in this process my body will get very heated and I actually get a line of sweat, or else I'll feel, condensation in my hands, and then you'll feel more of the air with there. So let's bring it together now. So now I just want you to float the hands up, float the hands down. Breathe in, float the hands up. I will connect with lower dantian, middle dantian. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. My palms, always, they're not flat. Always I will have my little finger and my thumb kind of opposed to each other, kind of stretched out, so you activate this Qigong point in the palm of your hand, the Lao Gong points. So you'll see my hands are always kind of little fingers and thumbs are always spread out. So put the hands over. Now we're still going to work on the spine a little bit. So feet are right up underneath you. Breathe in. Look over your shoulder, in this case my left shoulder, to a spot directly behind me, like directly behind me. So I want it good, and then exhale. Sink all that energy behind you and into your ankles. Inhale. Look over the other side. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Very good. Come back. Float the hands up. Float the hands down. Now, left hand, little finger spirals towards you and then up. Right hand spirals with the thumb towards the belly button and pressing down, lifting up. It's called touching heaven and earth. This is my inhale, so I'm inhaling. Kicking this hip out a little bit, stretch the fascia. The fascia, we're finding out, is a great conductor of information and energy. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Bring it down. Now, I do tend to connect each move with this little mixing of fire and water. Now on this one, we're going to swing. It's my inhale, kick the hips back, collapse the chest, bring the palms, the back of the palms together so they come out. There's a stretch. Now, bring the hands over, straighten the back, come down. It's my inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Don't forget to breathe. Some mindful moving meditation. Now reverse that. As you come up, kick the hips back. Inhale, exhale. One more time. These are the flows that you just want to get into. We'll do it a couple more times. You just want to get into feeling as if the body is moving itself. In order to do that, your mind needs to go fully in your body. You need to listen to your body. Just focus on it. That up and down. Float the hands up. Float the hands down. All right. Men's in, teacup exercise. With this, start so your feet are about shoulder width apart, maybe a little wider. As I come through the outside, I'm going to come right by my center line. I initially was taught this, and I always taught this using river rocks, and I really like that. But notice that my elbow and my hip work together. The hand is, the palm stays towards the ceiling as much as possible. Breathe through it. If you find your shoulders are not that flexible or you have an injury, relax and work with it. And what I mean by that is, if this is all you can do, do that. I was talking with a lady, and she had a hurt shoulder. That's all she could raise it. It was here. It's okay. We'll do that. When it becomes more comfortable, go a little bit more. I use this to heal my shoulders and keep them in health, including torn rotator cuffs and other and sundry shoulder injuries that have happened through the years between working out and martial arts. But the benefit is always in the movement and the mindfulness that you connect with that movement. Now we've been rolling to the outside. We can also roll to the inside. There we go. I have some other videos on this where we isolate this movement, and there's a free form flow that goes with this as well. So search my channel and you'll find it. Now with these, you can also do them. I need a little stronger base. I can do both hands. It's to the outside or to the inside. Float the hands up, float the hands down. Now, bring the hands up. Step out to your feet are about shoulder wide. A couple of versions of this. It's setting 3 plates down. The hands are out here. Just rotate at the elbows. Now, you can just come down. When I'm here, I'm pressing. I'm pressing not with my muscles, with my mind and my intent, and connecting with ligaments and tendons. Pushing through the joints in my shoulder. My elbows are not locked, but I'm relaxing and extending through the elbows, pushing through the wrist, relaxing, extending through the wrist and the fingers. So I'm relaxing while I'm also pushing towards the ground. Now, advanced version, when this comes down, come up on the balls of your feet. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, if you're not able to do this, then you can sink a little bit lower. A little bit lower. A little bit lower. But this right here, this pressing out and down, you really want to feel this. Let that go. Breathe in. Come down. Now, float the hands up. Come over the head. And it's if you're just lightly scraping the inside of a ball. Breathe out through the mouth. Now, when you get right to here, I want you to form a beak with your fingers. So if you can get all 4 of your fingers touching on your thumb, fantastic. If you just need 2 or 3, that's fine. Now I want you to turn the hands over. And while I'm having the bird beak point towards me, I'm also rotating so that my little fingers, as if I'm trying to turn them towards the ceiling. Breathe in. As you exhale, sink that turn, that torque, deeper. What's nice with this, and it took me a little bit to get to it, but when you relax enough that you can really get this torque, where it affects me is in that the trapezius muscle and then right under my right scapula. You know, sometimes we all hold stress in different places. And one of the places that I'll hold stress, especially when it's creeping up in me, is that right scapula. And it's like it'll just tighten up into a little ball. And it's not even up here in the neck. It actually starts by that scapula. Another place for me is in my hips. But this is able to kind of access that. So you breathe in. As I exhale, I want to make that turn a little bit more. I want to turn my fingers a little bit more. Get my little finger towards the ceiling. Get that stretch. Now inhale. Stretch out. Now I'm pulling my hands back, and I'm pulling my little finger, my index finger back, while at the same time having, as we always have, thumb and the little finger opposed to each other. Part of what we're doing is we're stretching meridians on the inside and on the outside. And all your meridians have expression in your arms. Float the hands up, float the hands down. Now, extend out, left hand out, turn it over, palm up, palm down on your right hand. As I move this across, I'm stretching, I'm reaching. My elbow and my foot begin to work together. My right hand comes and shears. I take a little step out. I'm going to reach. Then when I gather, I collapse the chest. I start with shoulders, elbows, wrists. Take a little step, and I'm going to push. Now, my shoulders are down. I'm pushing chest, shoulders, elbows, wrist, but I'm moving from my center. Release, gather, press in. At the apex of that press, right hand now extends out, palm up, left hand palm down. I move, notice the elbow and the foot move together. Come across, reach, back, inhale, exhale. Come to the center. Hold for just a little bit. Left hand comes out. It begins to roll, same as we did. But now as this shears, we're going to go into four corners. When we go into four corners, notice that this heel comes up, and I shift my weight onto my right foot. My left comes up. I press out, down to the shoulders, out through elbows and wrists. And I can sink. Now, you don't have to sink if that's difficult to do because it takes a little bit of training. And just to show, you can come just here. I'll do it on this side so you can kind of see. And I can take it all the way down if I want. Hands up, float the hands down. Now, when we start working on the different elements, and really it's the more of the reading I've done, you see the elements is more about processes, but they do highlight the internal organs of the body. So with that, that's where my focus is on the internal organs. We start out according to the flow of traditional Chinese medicine. We'll start out with metal, which is represented by the lungs. So you can say we'll start out with the lungs, represented by metal as an element. Then we'll go to the kidneys, which is water. Then we go to liver, which is wood. Then we go to heart, which is fire. And then we go to stomach and spleen, which is going to be earth energy. And then we pull it all together for triple one. So, when we start with this, so in one of the other classes we talked about sounds and colors that we could use to visualize when we're into this phase. And I would suggest to try it. The sounds are highly beneficial. And I will tell you that there are different schools that have different sounds. There is some agreement on the ones that I have selected, but I've also run into other sounds as well, and other philosophical systems. You can go more to the Vedic, the Ayurvedic, Hindu. They'll have different sounds for different chakras, so different model. But with the lungs, so I like when we do this full flow to come up. You want to have an attitude of gratitude. Put your focus into your lungs. Imagine your lungs filled this brilliant white light. Right? So, the sound is like this S sound, right? Roll the elbows back. Turn the hands over. Now also when I'm doing this, use my inhale. When I come down, I'm connecting with crown chakra, connecting with third eye, throat chakra, connecting with heart, solar plex, sacral chakra, and root chakra. Now, that comes from more of the Vedic philosophies. If I want to, I can just connect with upper dantian, which is everything in the head to the throat, middle dantian, from heart, lungs, stomach, spleen, lower dantian, abdomen. Now also, with this next flow, I want you to come out to the sides. I want you to connect your thumb and your index finger. My inhale is coming up, bringing my forearms together so that my elbows will touch. My exhale, through the mouth, open the hands, let everything go. Standing meditation, feet underneath you, thumb and index finger still connected, as if I'm holding a ball. And right now I just want you to connect with yourself. Listen in your body, feel in your body for any stress. If you feel it, let it go. Mind and body are one, of the same energy. When you have stress in the body, you'll have stress in the mind. When you have stress in the mind, you'll also have stress in the body. Working on one helps with the other. Working on both helps everything. In, drop the hands, float the hands up, float the hands down. We're going to go into water next. Water is the kidneys. So with kidneys, we're going to imagine this brilliant deep blue, very healthy blue. Attitude of gratitude, the kidneys. The kidneys have a major function, and they're, like I said, they're paired with water. Which most of the body obviously is made of. It has a huge effect on the spiritual side, emotional side of us as well. But there's several flows, but the one, my favorite that I like, is just feet are, about shoulder width apart. I'm dropping down, so I'm kind of collapsing my whole body down as if I'm pulling up. Kidney runs up the inside. I come up, drop the shoulders, and the sound is choi, C-H-O-I. Choi. 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 There we go. It does such a world of good for me. There's another water flow. Take your right hand, put it down behind your back. With the left hand, I'm going to bend at the waist as if I'm scooping water or energy up off the ground. So my inhale, my exhale, letting it go. Letting this all absorb into my body. Now, shorten that, because if it hurts, if you have back issues, just take it to waist. Send that out. Now, this last one, bring it up short, right to the center. Stick 2 fingers from your left hand, put them down by the abdomen. So you're connecting the front and back, my arms here. Just stand and absorb, just feel. Drop that, replace, left hand goes behind, right hand scoops down. Take it low, take it short, just to the waist. All the time, visualizing deep blue in my kidneys, good attitude of gratitude. Last one, go to 2-finger sword, come up the center, stick 2 fingers out, connect, stand and absorb. Very good. All right, we're going to move to liver. For liver, work your feet out a little bit. Like I said, in this particular tape, there are some exercises I've done on some of the other tapes that I didn't do on this one. And, I change up my practice depending upon what I feel like I want to do that day and what comes to me. I suggest as you go through your practice, you kind of have a set list initially, but then you can add to it, and you're going to find the ones that really feed you. Now, with liver, we're here, deep green, deep like hunter green. The sound is shh. So as I want to come down, I want to resonate with the energy in my body, energy in my liver. Remember, this is also tied to gallbladder. Gallbladder runs over the head. Now I just imagine I've got all this energy pouring out of my hands, and I'm just absorbing it into my body, and we let any excess go. Come to the other side, resonate, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. We didn't do the standing meditation for the kidneys for water, so we'll go back and do that as well. Here's a good time we could put in a little bit of standing meditation. I typically do this with water, but it's not meant that it has to be. Do bear holds, ball and back. Same things we did in the front, but now we're in the back. Just stand and absorb. Attitude of gratitude. Feel your body. Become one with your breath. Relax everything. lot of times you'll find with each exhale, the body relaxes a little bit more, a little deeper. It's a good thing. All right, now I want you to turn. Right hand comes in front, left hand rises in the back, palms up. My mind's in my palm as I'm coming down, focusing. And then I'm going to focus, and I want to think about the energy in my arms resonating with my palm as it slides across. Now, fingers from right hand pointed to my left elbow, as if I'm slapping down, picking up a ball, sending it out. Opening the palms, left palm extends forward, right palm comes back. Focus on the palm and the forearms. Glide over each other. Connect at the elbow, come down, pick up ball, come forward. Now, while we have that chi ball here, hold it. Put your hands, start out here and put your hands in. When you can start feeling a sensation between the palms, between your hands or in the palm of your hand, that's where I want you to stop. Then my inhale, I separate till I no longer feel that connection. In my exhale, I bring it in until I feel that connection. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale. You can change the orientation of your hands. I really want to feel from lower dantian and my palms a connection. Now, step out where your feet are directly underneath you. You can have your hands just at your side, right above your knees. Bend your knees slightly. Bring your hands up. Now your tailbone is just dropped. It's not pushed forward. It's not pushed backwards. Standing meditation. Standing like a pole. Standing like a tree. Zhangchuan. Scan the body for any tension. If you're more experienced, then on the inhale, lead energy up your spine. On the exhale, lead energy down your spine and pull up on your perineum. When I inhale, I lead energy up my spine. Exhale, I lead energy down my front and I pull up on the perineum. If that's more than you want to pay attention to, just focus. Just feel. All right, drop the hands. We're going to go to heart next. So with heart, the flow for heart, cloudy hands. Right now my left hand is at heart level. Right hand just floats through the air. Now I switch. My breathing on this is one inhale, one exhale. One inhale, one exhale. Take it down for a couple of passes by lower dantian. Take it up. Take it up the third eye. Back to heart. next heart flow, this lady works the shuttle. This comes up as if I'm doing a high block. This pushes. The breathing on here, the way that I like to do it, I slow everything down. This is my inhale. When I get right to center, it's my exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now you can make one breath for each pass like we did before. The mind's in the heart. Energy pushing. The heart color is red. The sound is H-A-R, har. So I would go. Bring the hands down. Now this is a flow I do like. Comes in, up, right to heart. Heart mudra. Press out. Raise the elbows. Swim the hands back around. Come back by stomach and spleen. Drop down. Pick up. Give yourself a chi bow. Gather. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Standing meditation, come up to heart mudra, right here. Now we'll move into stomach and spleen. So we have worked with the metal element in the lungs. We've worked with water in the kidneys. We've worked with liver and wood energy. And we've worked with the heart and fire energy. Now we do stomach and spleen with earth energy. With this, I tend to have one hand on lower dantian. Inhale, exhale. Scoop energy as if I'm bringing it through right along stomach and spleen. My left hand now goes back over lower dantian to condense that energy, and I've already done my inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, stomach and spleen is yellow, it's brilliant yellow, and the sound is W-H-O, like blowing out a candle. I have to use both hands, and I just set the hips back. Now our standing meditation with this, feet pull in the toes a little bit so you activate, point at the sole of the foot. Elbows to your side, forearms parallel to the floor, fingers splayed tucked to one side. And then I like doing either 4 or 5 gaze breathing with this. You can also just stand and absorb. But when I breathe in, imagine that energy coming up from the earth through my feet, Lower dantian through my arms, my hands. Lower dantian. Inhale. Exhale, I compress and condense everything into lower dantian. Inhale, draw energy up from the earth. Exhale, compress, condense in the lower dantian. Last flow, triple warm, triple heat. So I'm going to come in, reach way up. Now, I can imagine a purple light, and the sound is H-E-E, he. It's like he. Now, from all my previous training, I like doing home for this better. You don't have to. Bring the feet together, hands over lower dantian, bamboo sways in the wind. You're still just feeling and absorbing. If you find yourself moving around, move. There are times when all of a sudden I'll feel wind circling out. If you feel it, don't add to it, don't take away, just feel it. If you don't feel it, don't add to it, don't take away. Remember, we sit with reality. We want to see and feel what is. Thank you. That is our session for today. Appreciate you.